Alright, my name is Josh Madi, and welcome to a new story time with Josh. Now, this story has plagued me ever since about a year ago when it happened. I haven't gotten the memories out of my mind, and I just can't seem to move on. By the title, you know that this story took place at a theme park. It was my friend's birthday, and, he invited me and a couple other friends to go with him. We were all by our lonesome, traveling around in the cornucopias of roller coasters and waterways. We had all the freedom in the world, but to what? As we explored the water park, we ended up in a line. And if you've ever been to a theme park, you know the lines are ginormous, and it'll take a few hours before you actually get to ride the ride for like 1 minute of enjoyment. So as we're in this ride, there's this group ahead of us. It's a lot of girls, a couple like moms and some daughters, all that jazz. And they looked around our age, the daughters at least. And as we're waiting in this line, we've been doing this thing for some reason all day at the theme park. We've been singing like an a cappella group. Me and my friends, we started singing. And what other song do we all know than I Want It That Way by the Backstreet Boys? It was just like that Brooklyn Nine-Nine scene with, like, as they're all singing. That's basically what we were doing. And we started doing it in the line, and one of the moms in the group ahead of us starts joining in. Now, it's safe to say after this whole experience that the mom was definitely a little tipsy, had a few drinks in her, maybe something else, but I don't want to jump to conclusions. But she starts dancing with us and singing along with us. It was kind of weird. I thought it was a little weird. I think all my friends felt a little weird about it, but nonetheless, we just kept going. And the line kept moving and moving really, really, really slowly. And then we ended up at this little, patch of grass on the side where there were some flowers. And I don't know if it was me who picked one, my friend who picked one, or if it was the mom who picked one. But it somehow ended up in my hands. And then the mom told me, hey, you should give it to this girl, and then she pointed to one of the girls in the group, and I was like, yeah, okay, I mean, she told me to, why not? What's the worst that could happen? So I walk up, the girl is facing away from me, and I kind of put my hand in her peripherals so that she'll see the flower, and I'm just like, here you go, here, and she turns around and she's like, oh, thank you, and she grabs it. And just from that, right when I saw her, I knew I had a crushed soda, if you will. She looked around my age, maybe a little older. That's what I assumed at first. I was like, oh, she probably seems I don't know, college or something. I don't know. Because in my mind, I'm always thinking the worst, And that's that. And I think I returned back to my friend group, and I'm like, guys, dude, oh man, she's so cute and all that. And then they're like, oh, you should go talk to her and all that. And they start, trying to push me and trying to get me to converse with her. And we ended up next to each other. And I'm really nervous, of course, the awkward little soul that I am, and I don't want to talk to her. So I turn back to my friend group, but they have blocked me out. They have formed a formation to where I can't squeeze back in and resume conversation with them. So I'm like, you know what? You miss every shot you don't take. So I kind of scooch in a little bit. I'm shuffling my way over to her, and I'm like, hey, this weather, am I right? Because that's how awkward I am. And I embrace the awkwardness so much that I think, you know what, let me just make the most awkward conversation, because maybe, just maybe, they'll find it funny. And they're like, oh, yeah, it's weathering, that sort of thing. And I'm like, okay, hey, how old are you how old are you? And they ended up being the same age as me, which was 16 at the time. And I instantly was like, no way. They can't be the same age as me. They don't look the same age. Well, okay, maybe they do. And it just seemed too good to be true. And that's when it all went downhill. Now, this wouldn't be, a good enough story for the story time if something outrageous and outlandish happened. And that's exactly how it went. You see, the mom, like I said before, she was on something. She was definitely on something. And this proved it. This crossed the line. Now, as me and her daughter are conversing, I'm using my Riz, alright? my awkward Asian Riz. I'm little rice boy up in here. The mom kind of just leans over, nonchalantly, and she says, "You know, she has really perky breasts." What? What? Exactly. That is exactly what I said. The daughter's face instantly went red, and I instantly stared up at the sky, asking God for forgiveness to get me out of this conversation. I didn't know what to do. I had no idea. My friends were still forming the formation. They heard nothing. They were keeping me blocked, so I couldn't leave. I just had to stand there. And I know exactly what I said because I was dumbfounded. I was baffled. I was just like, man, the sky is really this sky is skying. I mean, look at this. This is crazy, right? Yeah. And the mom is just laughing, doing whatever. Probably doesn't even know where she is at the moment. And the daughter's face is completely red. Now, right after that, I forced my way into my friend group, and I'm like, guys, let me in, please let me in. And they don't know what's going on. Now, finally, we end up going on the ride, and as we're climbing up the, like, 5 staircases, they keep going, "Oh, Josh, oh, the girl you were talking to is right below us," and then they were like, "You should go talk to her, get her number, all that," and I was just like, "Guys, you don't understand, let's just go on the ride." Now, after the ride, I was thinking, hey, that was kind of weird, but benefit of the doubt, it wasn't even her, it was her mom. So I'm like, you know what, maybe I should, because this girl is so cute, and she's exactly my type. Like, I could see the future with this girl, that sort of thing, being over dramatic about it. So I started making my way after the ride, like going back, and that's when I see this big burly man, probably like 300 pounds pure muscle. He's got that like dad bod strength. He looks like a biker. He looks like he picks up and eats the bike. Now, he's just standing there, and he's like, "She has a boyfriend." And I'm like, damn. Yup. I ran straight into her dad, and he knew exactly what I was trying to do. Probably because he heard my friends go like, "Oh yeah, Josh, go get her number," all that stuff. And I turned around in defeat, and I just walked back to my friends, and I was like, yep, that's it. I mean, nothing else to it. There's nothing else I can really do. And after that, we just continued our journey. We kept walking around, going on different rides. I ended up seeing that group, the mom and all her daughters and all that, and her friends or whatever. We saw them a couple different times. I didn't say anything. I don't think they noticed me. But yeah, that was pretty much it. There was this other girl that we ran into that one of my friends was super interested in, and that was just because she had some thick thighs. I mean, she was mommy material, if you know what that means. She was definitely older than us, and yeah. That was a fun day, and I hope this summer we can do that again. I think we're planning on it, but I still think about Michigan Adventure Scroll to this day. So if somehow, some way you see this video, please give me a chance. All right, kidding. Anyways, that's a weird way to end this off. Yeah, it's late. I'll probably post this late, just like a late at night story time. Get you in the feels. Just chill back and relax. So, thank you guys so much for watching. And of course, as always, I will see you in the next one. See ya.